what experiences have you had with these interacting identities?
I can take this one first. Um, you know, it's interesting. Judaism as an entity is a it's like a teaching of survival. The whole story of the Jewish people and who we were and who we became and who we are becoming is at all times a narrative of survival. And that in and of itself is interestingly, I think, deeply parallel to my queer identity. The sense that we were always the other, we were often scapegoated for the world's issues and problems. You know, we were misunderstood for sake of being different, and over the arc of time, our sort of one of our largest priorities has always been to help people understand exactly what are the values and ethics that drive us, who we are as individuals, how naturally and organically, you know, our belief in our faith should harmonize with your belief in yours or sort of your way of living. So all in all, the concept of survival and otherness, I think, are really like, I just mean to say, inherently parallel topics to a queer journey. I also, I think I guess I negate the idea that these two things do not harmonize. I certainly we could have a whole conversation about man shall not lie with man. And I actually heard a really interesting perspective on it recently about how, you know, whether it was divinely inspired or otherwise, the Torah is written from a male perspective. And preceding the line about men not lying with men, there is a ton of prescriptions about how a woman shouldn't lay with her father or her brother or her uncle or her cousin or blah, 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 and blah. But with men, just don't lie with each other because, in essence, like, we're going to control femaleness and female sexuality far more stringently than we ever would male identity. And of course, when we're talking about homosexuality, we're not talking about incest. We're not talking about anything that is outside of two consenting adults, you know, with some sort of physical or emotional attraction to one another. So anyhow, I meant to say that I negate the idea because, as you see, 95% of Judaism, be that the entire conservative and reform denominations of Judaism, have fully made do with Torah prescriptions that supersede a single line. In much the same way, we are not going to stone a person to death for not keeping Shabbat. We are not going to prevent a person their human dignity by stopping them from living a full life of love and family and community. So it's just, I think, so much as we could pull it apart, we can move away from this, I think, sort of antiquated idea that these two things can't coexist, because clearly they're coexisting beautifully here.